Tesla has once again changed the prices of the Model 3, and we have some new leaks about the Model S and X refresh hinting that deliveries are imminent. Also, the Model Y long-range rear-wheel drive might actually be coming soon, according to some new documentation filed by the California Air Resources Board. There's lots to cover today, so let's get into it. The Model 3 has now gotten more expensive, as both the Standard Range Plus and the Long Range all-wheel drive models have increased in price by $500, bringing them to $37,990 and $46,990 respectively. While a price increase is never something we want to see, and effectively goes against Tesla's mission statement to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, this doesn't come as a complete surprise. The first quarter is generally the slowest of the year in terms of auto sales, so perhaps Tesla simply wanted to boost first quarter sales with the price cuts it made over the last couple months. Coming off a record year in 2020 where Tesla delivered just under 500,000 vehicles, I could see them deciding to make small price cuts to help start off the year strong and continue that momentum from last year. With delivery timelines over the first quarter consistently showing over 10 weeks for the Model 3 and Y, it appears that Tesla has had no issues with demand for its mass market vehicles during the first quarter. This is why I am not surprised to see this slight increase to the price of the Model 3. After this price increase and the price increase of the Model Y a couple weeks ago, now the non-performance variants of both vehicles are at the same price they were at the beginning of 2021, while the performance variants are both still $1,000 more expensive than they were at the beginning of the year. Even at $37,990, the Standard Range Plus Model 3 is still an incredible deal as Tesla's entry-level vehicle. Yes, it is slightly more expensive than its direct competitors from legacy manufacturers like the Chevy Bolt and Hyundai Kona, but at 263 miles, it gives a higher range than its competitors and gives all the benefits of owning a Tesla, like autopilot and the supercharger network. And on top of that, the 2021 Model 3 Standard Range Plus was just officially given the title of the most efficient electric vehicle, according to the EPA, achieving a combined city highway rating of 142 miles per gallon equivalent, or 237 watt-hours per mile. This narrowly beats the 2020 Model 3 Standard Range Plus, which last year achieved a rating of 141 miles per gallon equivalent, or 239 watt-hours per mile. Moving on to the Model S and X refresh. There have been many sightings of the Model S refresh out in the wild at this point, and even a few Model X refresh sightings. But one lucky Tesla fan got to sit inside a new Model S at a supercharger recently and was able to capture the new interior and see the new UI in action. As can be seen here, there is a pretty drastic difference in this software compared to the software that is currently in Tesla's vehicles. Notice how you can tile multiple different apps on the screen at once, and then bring up car controls as an overlay when needed. Now obviously what is shown here is slightly different than how the software will look on the Model 3 and Y, since they don't have a screen behind the steering wheel like the Model S and X do, but this still gives us a feel of what to expect. The Tesla community has been waiting for a large UI overhaul ever since Elon tweeted in December 2020 that such a change was needed, and it looks like this change might be coming in the software version 11 release alongside the first deliveries of the Model S refresh. One of the more controversial features of the new Model S and X is how it will automatically shift gears based on navigation and what the autopilot cameras see, per this tweet by Elon saying, quote, "No more stalks. Car guesses drive direction based on what obstacles it sees, context, and navigation map. You can override on touchscreen." We can now see here that this option is called Smart Shift, and it can be toggled on and off. We have also gotten a sneak peek of how this manual override on the touchscreen will work in this video posted on Twitter. Personally, I think this would be very annoying to have to use to shift gears, especially in situations when you need to shift gears quickly, and the Smart Shift isn't working properly. But it does appear that the Smart Shift feature works pretty well, as can be seen in this video here of the refreshed Model S doing a 3-point turn before accelerating away from the supercharger. We can speculate that this car is indeed using the Smart Shift function, as this option was toggled on in the photos that were taken of the interior of this car just minutes before it drove away. This gives hope that the manual override will rarely, if ever, have to be used. Real quick, if you are enjoying this video, then tap that like button below to help out my channel. And now, let's talk about the long-awaited Model Y long-range rear-wheel drive. This variant of the Model Y was promised at the unveiling of the Model Y back in March of 2019, and Tesla did take pre-orders for it, but it has long since been removed from the Tesla website. There has been much back and forth on whether or not this variant would actually be produced. In July of 2020, Elon tweeted saying that it would be offered later that year, which obviously never happened. Then, in February 2021, it was reported by LRRWD that the long-range rear-wheel drive Model Y was officially canceled, as Tesla was contacting those with pre-orders for it and suggesting that they change their order to either a standard range Model Y or upgrade to the long-range all-wheel drive. Shortly after that, Sawyer Merritt tweeted that his inside source at Tesla told him that the long-range rear-wheel drive Model Y was indeed coming soon, despite the news that it had been canceled. Since then, the standard range Model Y was removed from the Tesla website order page, and the only way to buy a standard range was to order one that was in Tesla's existing inventory. The standard range Model Y, listed at $41,990 originally, and then discounted to $39,990, seemed to be a very popular model anecdotally. Because this car was such a great deal at under $40,000, Tesla's existing inventory went quickly, and EVCPO.com now shows that there are no more standard range Model Ys available. Well, we are now getting more hints that the long-range rear-wheel drive Model Y is coming soon. First reported by The Driven, the California Air Resources Board, or CARB, just published a certification for the Model Y long-range rear-wheel drive. This is significant because, according to Drive Tesla Canada, Tesla vehicles have begun deliveries in as little as 1 month after their CARB certification was published. Interestingly enough, shortly after the certification was published, it was mysteriously removed from the website. Now, I'm going to be optimistic and hope that its removal is not a sign that the car won't actually be released. Instead, I'm going to say that this could be because it was listed as a 2020 model year, and therefore was an error, and needs to be updated to show 2021. Or that Tesla requested it be removed until they actually announced that the vehicle is coming. In any case, The Driven was able to obtain a copy of this document before it was removed, and it shows more details about the long-range rear-wheel drive certification. One piece of data that the CARB certification gives is a vehicle's range based on the UDDS standard, which is not a realistic range based on real-world driving conditions. But by comparing the listed UDDS range of 470 miles for the long-range rear-wheel drive Model Y to the 445 miles that the long-range all-wheel drive was certified at, this shows a roughly 5% increase in range for the long-range rear-wheel drive over the all-wheel drive model. The EPA range of the long-range all-wheel drive Model Y is currently 326 miles. Increasing this by 5% would mean that the long-range rear-wheel drive Model Y should achieve an EPA rating of about 344 miles. With this increased range and the amazing cargo capacity of the Model Y, I think the long-range rear-wheel drive Model Y would be the best deal of any vehicle that Tesla currently offers. Yes, the performance wouldn't be as good as other Tesla models, but even the slowest Tesla vehicles have some pretty good acceleration, thanks to the instant torque of the electric drivetrain. So for the price of around $45,000 that Elon has hinted at in the past for this model, I think the performance of the long-range rear-wheel drive Model Y would still be plenty good when considering all that it has to offer. My theory all along has been that the standard range Model Y was introduced in order to kickstart the single-motor Model Y assembly line at the Fremont factory, and to do so at the least possible cost to Tesla. The battery is the most expensive part of the vehicle, and the standard range uses the smallest battery that Tesla currently offers. Once Tesla saw that there was indeed demand for a cheaper single-motor Model Y, my guess is that Tesla wanted to cash in on this opportunity and now offer a long-range rear-wheel drive Model Y. Since the single-motor Model Y assembly line is already set up from the brief period when they were producing the standard range Model Y, this change would not require much effort from Tesla, apart from swapping out the standard range battery for a long-range battery. Also, doing so would allow Tesla to increase their overall profit per vehicle sold, as we know that Tesla sees higher profit margins on their more expensive vehicles. What do you think is going on here with the long-range rear-wheel drive Model Y? I think that this CARB certification is a sign that we will see it being offered sometime soon by Tesla, and that it will end up being a very popular model. Also, do you like the look of the new UI shown in the Model S refresh? Let me know in the comments down below. If you appreciate this content, give the video a like and subscribe for more videos like this in the near future. In the meantime, if you are interested in some more details on my theories as to what is happening with the Model Y lineup, you can check out this video here. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.